You guys should be crazy because both the CEO and CTO of Ripple have said that XRP has to be $10,000. They even made this point clear in a tweet and an audio recording. Before we get to that, though, we need to talk about some very interesting news that's come out in the last few days. Central banks buying gold and meeting with Ripple Central Bank. Digital currencies live on the XRP ledger, with the Republic of Palau being the best example, Ripple beating the SEC, banks in the US failing, and on-demand liquidity growing like wildfire outside of the US. All of this is, of course, compared to the price of XRP. While the market crashed, the whole crypto space crashed with Bitcoin falling by 2% in the last 24 hours. XRP has started to rise and is planning to make a comeback. It's also important to note that the price of XRP has gone up and down many times into the thousands of dollars due to technical issues. However, this XRP will audio recording claims that the real price of XRP is in the thousands of dollars. Also, it's important to remember that Arthur Burchukes, Ripple's co-founder, said that the company had chosen to have multiple talks with more than a dozen countries about developing digital currencies for central banks on the XRP ledger. Additionally, Ripple's CTO David Schwartz has confirmed in multiple tweets and in more than one occasion that XRP is worth $10,000. We are going to look into this audio recording, which you will hear for the first time, in which Schwartz says that XRP could compete with the US dollar and become the world's reserve currency. Before we talk about that, though, we'll start today's huge XRP prize. We've teamed up with metalcrypto.com to give each of you a personalized XRP gold medal. You should click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this movie if you think it looks great. Besides that, you'll also get a Ripple XRP Gold Award and more than 1,000 XRP. If you want to get a free promo code for $10 off any product on metalcrypto.com, use the code FREE10. For example, if you want to get a personalized Ripple XRP gold coin for less than $14 USD, or if you want to buy XRP socks, a hoodie, a cap, or any other cryptocurrency-themed clothing, you can use the code FREE10 to get $10 off. Hey guys, I really think you should read it. It's a great lesson. Having said that, I have more than one of these. Check out metalcrypto.com, the link is in the description. Now, let's watch the movie. Today's show has a lot to talk about. There is a lot going on in the crypto space right now, but XRP has become the star of the show. There's even been a sudden rise in price. It was only a couple of hours ago that it hit 0.437, and right now it's up to almost 45 cents. It's gone up more than 2 cents in the last few hours, which is crazy for that kind of digital cash. Besides this, we need to talk about David Schwartz because he gives a detailed explanation of the $10,000 price forecast. This is what he says. The smallest fee for a purchase right now is 10 drops. If the price of XRP went up by 10,000 times, the minimum transaction fee would still be 10 cents, even though the fees would not change. One drop could be used to vote down the fee. In this sentence, he also says that there are two kinds of protocol changes that could happen if even a millionth of an XRP is too much for a transaction fee. When you pay one drop, you get a certain number of transaction points that you can use to pay for things. I wish I had the rest of the tweet to give you guys, but this is the only part that got out that talks about a $10,000 price per XRP. That's not all, though. Here's what David Schwartz said in a 2017 tweet that got out. He talks about XRP when he says it can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make sense. They would mean a million XRP, which would cost $1 million if XRP only cost $1. They would need one XRP, which would cost another $1 million. Except that the higher prices make it less expensive to pay. If Bitcoin were only worth $300, it would change the market too much and be too expensive to use. But now, you can use Bitcoin to buy a $1 million house. In the end, bigger prices mean lower payments. That's not all. David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, says in a leaked audio recording that digital assets like XRP could compete with the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. We're going to play this recording exclusively on the Crypto Geek channel right now. Let's play the movie. Do you think there could be current world reserve currencies to exist at the same time? Yes, and I believe that. It's possible. It seems likely that a lot of countries are done using the dollar as their main currency. A lot of places are also open to trying new things. One of my wild card ideas for a digital asset success is for countries to start realizing that the US dollar won't always be the reserve currency. I don't think this will happen soon, but it's one of my possibilities. Other things will be the money that is kept in reserve. People in banks would tell me, why would a bank use something that you guys are selling them when they could use something that was made by banks? Back when we first started selling software to banks, they didn't know that Deutsche Bank is one of only about 10 banks in the world. HSBC loans Swiss JP Morgan Chase like the people who would make a system that everyone on earth could use. The 6,000 smaller banks that are not part of the big banks are their biggest and strongest rivals. They really dislike those things the most, but they wouldn't want to use the system they built and keep up to date because it would favor their biggest and strongest rivals. As for states, I think the same thing could happen. Every country would love for its currency to be the world's reserve currency. People in the US and other countries would like the world's currency to be the world's reserve currency. This has helped the US economy grow by leaps and bounds over the past few decades. But besides the US keeping its ground, the only countries that might be able to pull it off are the EU, Russia, and maybe one or two others. But most countries know that if there is a new world reserve currency, it won't be their own. Because of this, they might actually like a currency that no one can control better than one that is run by their biggest political enemies. Thus, I believe that is the best case situation for digital assets to be successful. If these countries say, okay, the US dollar can't last forever, but it's not going to be our currency, then no one will want to replace the US dollar. At least no one wants the EU to replace the dollar. Nobody but Russia wants the ruble to take the place of the dollar. Only China wants the yuan to take the place of the dollar, which means they might be able to agree on a currency that no one could control instead of one that was run by their biggest global enemy. If you want a case of success, I think that's the most likely one. But how do you make money? You get everyone to agree? I mean, they might agree on if the What could happen instead is that their geopolitical enemies force a new currency to replace the dollar. But that wouldn't be the same as replacing the old boss with a new one. If the answer is no, boss, you know if that makes a lot of cryptocurrency people rich. That's not a good idea. They'll think that's too much for you. That's fine. Yes, it's great to talk to you too. I only have one question. While we're talking about XRP, I also noticed another coin on the XRP ledger that we've been talking about for a while. But guys, this token is making people rich. I say that just because it's up 20%, which is very exciting in the crypto space right now when the market as a whole is falling. It looks like CTF is doing really well. This is a rewards passive income framework token, which means that this token is actually making you more money. It's a rewards ticket that earns you money while you sleep, and they have a whole plan for putting it into action. I've been reading a lot of really cool stuff, and you can do the same at sitio.com. It can be found on both the Polygon chain and the XRP record, which is what makes it so great. It's a useful coin that makes you money without you having to do anything. The crypto trading fund runs it all. Okay, so this token has been out there for a while. I think it's been there for a couple of months, but it's been crazy because there are only about 3,000 holders, so it's still very new, and they've been doing great with a very low supply of only 120 million tokens. What does that mean? This means that the value of this token could quickly rise to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is because the XRP ledger needs to handle trillions of dollars, but it has to go through DeFi, and since CTF is the only token on the XRP ledger, it's likely to get a lot of the money to facilitate. Again, make sure you guys look into it and do your research. It's important that everyone understands this. CTF token is what it says on the XRP record. I'll put a link to the website below ctftoken.com. This website has a helpful video about the CTF reward framework that goes into a lot of detail, so make sure you check it out. The link to that video is below, and that's the end of the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with post notifications on, and share this video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Rumble, and everything else, even Twitter. I'll put links to all of those sites in the description. Finally, don't forget about metalcrypto.com. There you can get your own personalized Metal Crypto XRP gold coin and a bunch of XRP clothing by using my code FREE10.